subject once again on Cards TV with head coach Mark Beckham. I'm Sean Moth. Thanks for joining us, and big weekend for you guys. You're home, final home weekend, Austin Peay. Another solid opponent that you certainly don't want to take lightly just because of a name or because of their prominence. And Marquette, and it'd be really easy to look past Austin Peay and look to that Marquette, but you took care of business on Friday.
Yeah, it was one of those the proverbial, I guess you call it the potential trap match. You know? But the girls handled it well. I mean, we didn't overlook them, and obviously, I stressed it before the match that we cannot be looking towards Marquette because Austin Peay had enough girls that were talented enough. If they got hot long enough, they could cause us some trouble. So I really stressed to them, and it was one of those things where I couldn't necessarily get them super excited about playing Austin Peay per se. But they went out and took care of business, and they handled it like professionals, so it was good to see.
And while Mandy Brown has still been on the shelf, you've been able to get a couple other young ladies back healthy, and I know that's been a big boost to your team. Yeah,
we were able to get Sonia back, one of my freshmen, and she's been out for, I don't know, I want to say about 5 weeks, I guess, 6 weeks, something like that. And she's just a talented player, and when you're missing talent, obviously, it makes it harder to win.
Sure.
She's still not 100% yet, but she was able to come back and play a decent match on Saturday against Marquette. So as we start getting people healthy and start getting some of these talented girls back into the lineup, I think we can be pretty dangerous towards the end of this year.
You take a 3-1 record in conference play into this Marquette match, and there's kind of a little rivalry going on there between you and the Golden Eagles. And it's interesting because you knew going into the season that there would be a match or two that would probably come down to one of your freshmen having to win. And now that you're in a position where your number one doubles team, a pair of freshmen, your number one singles as a freshman, your number two singles as a freshman, it did, and I know you couldn't be prouder of how this match turned out in a 4-3 win that just thanks to all the fans that came out. But what a tremendous day at Bass Road Tennis Center.
I mean, it was the atmosphere. we haven't really experienced that too much, and everybody came out in support, and we needed every single body that was there. It was a 4.5-hour knockdown, drag-out war, so it was good. And then, like you said, I mean, these young ones, I think they've turned the corner to sophomores now.
Yeah.
They've been through a lot. Not necessarily by, if I had in a perfect world to have them necessarily go through all this stuff, I wouldn't necessarily want it. But they're gaining experience, and they're stepping up to the challenge. 3 out of the 4 points that we earned were by the young ones, the babies. So I couldn't be prouder, like you said. And they're gaining experience. They're getting better with each match, and we're going to be pretty dangerous here these next few weeks.
And I almost feel like it's the kind of match where if I ask you who played well, I'm sure everybody to a certain extent played well, but you'd have to highlight the 4 that got you the points because, I mean, that's crucial.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was one of those things where it for sure was a team effort. I mean, we had opportunities in the doubles point, and the only reason why we had opportunity in the doubles point was because of Amelia Harris and Stephanie Villawan absolutely just took care of business.
Yeah.
I mean, they played really, really well. And then it came down to my 2 freshmen at number 1, and I think there was just a little bit of the pressure got to them. Everybody was watching. It was number 1 court. The team that they were playing was a nationally ranked team, and they were known to be good. So I think it got to them a little bit, but we were set up by my older ones to win that doubles point.
Sure.
And then we didn't quite get it, but then we went over to the singles, and like I said, the 3 young ones, and one of my sophomores who's actually been struggling to get wins, and she found a way. I mean, she was down. K-Sarah is what I'm talking about. K-Sarah was down, I'm pretty sure, at least 4 match points, but we may be at 6 or 7. If she loses any one of those match points, we lose the team match. So for her to not be playing the way she knows she can, and to find a way, extremely proud of her. And that was one of those, the overall match itself, I've been trying to get this team to win a match where it was strictly about the heart and the head.
You bet.
We had some players, Mandy did not play. That's one of my best players. Sarah Miller did not play. She's one of my better players. So for us to go into that match and to think that we were actually physically just a more talented tennis team than Marquette, no, it's not going to happen. But we found a way to win with what we had, and it was strictly, like I said, about the heart and just that will to win. So it was good. This team needed this in a bad way, and I'm hoping that we can gain a little momentum, and it'll carry them, like I said, through the rest of the season and hopefully we can do some big things in Big East tournament as well.
And I guess if you need a last name of a tennis player to be the focused final match of the day, it would be the last name Shine. Because she did. I mean, Becca, when it mattered most, even after struggling to lose that doubles point that could have swung the match, her singles point win was crucial.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's one of the things that I like about these young ones. I mean, they're very resilient. You know, they'll take a loss and they'll process it, get whatever they can from it, and it's done. And then they take that information and make themselves better. So she forgot about that doubles point, and I think it probably kind of angered her to where she's like, you know what, I'm not going to lose a singles match.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I win. And you know, she did make it interesting. She aged me a little bit. She was up 5-0 in the third set, and she decided she wanted to cause a little drama. We made it 5-4, and then she finally finished it off at 6-4. But she did really well. Once again, she's another one who's way ahead of schedule as far as her progression.
Sure. As much as you want to enjoy this one for a while, you really need to put it in the rearview mirror. Like one of our former football coaches said, whether it's a win or a loss, you can't think about it. And you move on to face Marshall on Friday in Huntington, West Virginia. And then, ironically, on Saturday, the Cards are going to have to place against VCU. Luckily, it's not in Richmond, but probably a little emotion going. I would think seeing their basketball team in the Final Four has got to really give energy and a boost to all of their sports programs. And you'll see their women's tennis team this weekend.
Definitely. I mean, VCU actually is traditionally a very good tennis program. So they're good every year. So I believe they're like 35 in the country or something now. Marshall, who we play on Friday, they're 42 in the country. So these are two, very, very good programs, two very, very good teams. The way I'm looking at it is that these are just two opportunities. We feel like we're at that level, but we've fallen short, this year. So now we have an opportunity to go out and, pull off a big win and see if we can get ourselves moving up in the rankings. And I feel like with this Marquette win, I hope that we solidified a top 4 seed. But if we can get some of these wins coming up this weekend and throughout the rest of the year, we might be able to move up a little bit higher, actually. So that's what I'm looking for. We want to see if we can keep moving on up.
Congratulations on the big weekend, and good luck and safe travel to you and the team this coming weekend.
Thanks again.
For Mark Beckham, I'm Sean Moth. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time here on Cards TV.